Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to use scar wax. So let's start from the beginning. What is scar wax? Scar wax is a flexible and solid wax that is used in special effects makeup to simulate lifelike three-dimensional illusions on the skin, such as open wounds and other trauma. It can also be used to depict abstract character makeups as well. So you might be wondering, where can I get scar wax? So the scar wax I'm utilizing today is a homemade recipe made from petroleum jelly or Vaseline and flour. And I have a video on this channel on how to make scar wax. The link will be down in the description below. Scar wax can also be purchased online from Amazon and other makeup websites selling special effects makeup products. I'll leave a link to them down below as well. Scar wax is meant to be applied on the skin. Prior to application, you want to clean the skin. To do this, use soap and water and allow it to dry completely. In addition to that, cleansing the skin with a skin cleanser will be helpful as well. You want to avoid sensitive areas like the eyes from the wax to avoid irritation and injury. I would also like to add, scar wax is not edible and should never be placed inside of the mouth. So how does scar wax stay on the skin? In order to have scar wax stick on your skin, you need to use a skin-safe skin adhesive to stick the scar wax onto the skin. And there are a variety of skin adhesives out there. This adhesive that I have in my hands is called spirit gum. Spirit gum is one of those adhesives and it's used to stick scar wax and other prosthetics onto the skin. Prior to using it, I strongly suggest reading over the ingredients for any SFX adhesive to ensure your safety from potential allergic reactions. A word of caution. Skin adhesives and spirit gum should never be applied onto the hair. Never apply it onto the eyebrows, hairline, on top of the head, or any body or facial hair due to the fact that it can rip the hair out. To apply scar wax utilizing spirit gum or another adhesive, you want to apply a thin layer of it onto the area of skin you want the scar wax to be. Adhesives and spirit gum should not be applied on or near the eye area as well. After applying the adhesive onto the desired area of the skin, you want to wait a couple of moments for the air to get to it. After about 10 or 12 seconds, check to see if the adhesive is sticky and tacky to the touch. You want to see these sticky lines pull away from the adhesive like strings, just like this. Once it looks like this, the scar wax is ready to be applied onto the area. So once the adhesive is nice and tacky, how do we apply the scar wax onto the skin? Applying the wax too soon won't allow the wax to grab onto the adhesive. It's best to use a tool to be able to blend and manipulate the wax. I normally use this metal stainless steel spatula from Ben 9 Makeup to achieve this. As a substitute, you can also use popsicle sticks or other makeup tools with a dull point to blend and manipulate the scar wax. As you see right here, I'm using a metal spatula to blend the scar wax into my skin. In this way, you will have more control over the scar wax. You can also use other dull pointed makeup or sculpting tools to create different designs in the scar wax. For example, in this clip, I'm using the back of the sculpting tool to create holes in this trypophobia makeup. So after the scar wax is blended down on the skin, how do you make a wound using scar wax? One way of doing this is to simply take your sculpting tool and draw a line throughout the scar wax. It's best to draw this line imperfectly. This would give off a realistic illusion. Another way to create a wound using scar wax is to start by having a piece of scar wax on the skin and then sculpting a lot of texture and lines on this piece of scar wax. These lines can represent muscle, adipose tissue, or other layers of skin. Once you're satisfied with the texture, you would then want to roll out two other pieces of scar wax. Have both pieces of scar wax surround the original one on your skin, and then blend both pieces outwards. the two pieces surrounding the middle one would represent outer skin. Once it's blended down, it gives the illusion of a wound that has a lot of depth and detail. So, how would I color or blend scar wax to my skin? To color scar wax, you would want to use a cream-based paint, alcohol-activated paints, or liquid body paint or foundation to achieve this effect. Whether if it's utilizing some sort of red to represent muscle, yellow for adipose tissue, or green for monster skin. Having a brush on hand and lightly coloring in desired areas of the wax will do the trick. The same goes for blending scar wax to your skin. Having a brush on hand or a fine makeup sponge, you can match the scar wax to your skin tone. When creating a variety of makeups myself, I did this in two ways. The first way would be to collect the pigment on a brush or fine sponge and blend it on the wax as I'm applying the makeup. The second way would be to pre-color the scar wax before application. What I mean by pre-color is taking a portion of the wax and mixing the color into it until the color blends completely. I also have a video on this channel on how to color scar wax. The link will be down in the description below. So you might be wondering, how long does scar wax last? Scar wax can last up to several hours on the skin and even longer with a skin-safe skin adhesive like spirit gum. In addition to that, there are some factors that can affect how long scar wax can last after application. For one, body temperature. It can affect how long it can last. If the body heats up or you're in a warm environment, over time, scar wax can lose its shape and loosen, potentially changing the original effect. Another factor would be where scar wax is applied on the skin. Selecting places that do naturally move, like wrists, smile lines of the face, forehead, bendable areas of the fingers, can eventually break scar wax up and shorten the wear time. Now, how durable is scar wax? Rolling off of the factors associated with how long it can last, scar wax can be quite fragile. Adhesive can help scar wax stay in place, however, impact on the scar wax, whether if it's brushing up against something or any manipulation of the scar wax, it is rather easy for it to misshapen. When using scar wax, it's always good to be cautious when moving around with it. So what are the benefits of using scar wax? In my opinion, scar wax is one of my favorite products to use in special effects makeup. This wax allows me to display very fine detail in all of my creations. If you are a beginner in SFX makeup, or you're trying to create your next Halloween costume, or it's for a project, or you're a practicing SFX artist, I highly recommend utilizing scar wax. I personally feel that scar wax is a highly dependable product, and it has the ability to bring most of your creative ideas to life. Scar wax itself can be very fun and easy to make, and can also be quite inexpensive if purchased. So what's your opinion about scar wax? I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.